Gate open.
Try again. Are they bringing us another set?
5 minutes.
Oh my gosh. Alright, we got another set. These better work.
Oh, you know, just another crazy long travel day. It was supposed to take 3.5 hours total, with a quick 1-hour layover in Vienna to get from Split to Venice. But instead, our layover alone was 3.5 hours because of course we missed our connection in Vienna, and it ended up taking us 7 hours. Mind you, I just found out that morning I had shingles. I was not a happy camper. This is exactly why we planned at least 4 days and 3 nights in each location. Travel days are often trash days. Even if everything goes perfectly, you don't usually have that much time to spare. So with 3 nights, you can count on at least 2 full days of exploring, and you get the chance to feel settled and not like you're having to rush from place to place. According to my AirTag, my bag was still in Vienna. It took an hour for our flight baggage to unload.
What a mess.
And then I was finally able to put in a missing luggage claim.
Over an hour waiting.
I know.
We missed our private water taxi and we were not paying for that again, so we did the Alilaguna water bus, which takes much longer. We bought our tickets right there at the window, and as far as I know, it's 24 hours, thank goodness.
Still trying to get there.
It was a little confusing researching Venice transport, but basically, there are 2 main transportation companies: ACTV, which is public transport for Venice, islands, and mainlands, including land buses and water buses. And there is Alilaguna, which is water only and has routes that service the airport and 3 of the closest islands that border Venice. If you want to arrive by sea, you would use Alilaguna water bus to get to and from the airport for €15 one way, or you can hire a private water taxi, which is more expensive. The quickest and cheapest ride from the airport is a land bus. The ACTV bus takes 25 to 30 minutes and is €11 one way with a central Venice drop-off point, Piazza La Roma. From there, you could walk to your hotel or transfer to an ACTV water bus if it's too far. There is also a regional ATVO bus, which is airport transport only. You'll use Alilaguna to arrive from the airport, but once you are in Venice, you'll use ACTV to get around. We took the blue line to the Zatere stop and it was very close to our hotel. It's really important to make sure that you're in communication with your hotel if you're ever this late, because they will cancel your reservation and charge you for it if they think you're a no-show. This man knew we were coming and he was waiting outside for us when we showed up. Out of all the hotels we had to book for this trip, Venice was the most expensive. We stayed at the Palazzo Veneziano Hotel in the Cannaregio district. We weren't in the thick of all the touristy hotspots, but the walk along the canal by the water was so nice and flat, no stairs. We didn't really mind the walk to and from our hotel. Comfortable bed, super elegant rooms, and we did upgrade to have the canal view. The bathroom was really big. Love having a bidet.
So we got party lighting for the bathroom. If you want to
It changes.
get wild in there, we have options.
Yeah.
Decent storage. It was very clean. And the room was small, but not crazy small. It didn't feel cramped or anything like that. This was 3 for 3 on hotels for this trip so far. I was really happy with our choice and I would recommend it.
I'm actually miserable and it hurts so bad. Like, I can't even believe how bad it hurts. How am I gonna enjoy the rest of my vacation like this?
Breakfast wasn't part of our room rate, but we did go ahead and add that on. So we ate breakfast the next morning and we actually went back to bed. We were pretty worn out from that long travel day and I did not sleep well at all. I was in so much pain. We just needed more time and I think you should just allow yourself that. This is vacation after all. We didn't make it out for the day until 3:30 and that's okay. Going into this trip, I did wonder if Venice was overrated and I wasn't even all that sure what we were going to do there. However, I still felt like it was a place I needed to experience and just hoped it would be worth the visit.
Water just kind of like slops over.
Well, let me tell you, all doubts were erased the minute we walked out of our hotel room. Venice is stunning. I was dazzled immediately. There was some confusion. We bought tickets we didn't need. We definitely could have walked, but it was fine. A boat ride in Venice was a beautiful way to start the day. Just so beautiful inside. Venice is divided into 6 districts. The most touristy area is San Marco. The whole island is walkable in about an hour, and there's transportation, so for the most part you can stay anywhere and still have easy access to the whole island. You can drive into Venice, but you'd have to leave your car outside the city, and if you're on a land bus, the furthest the bus will go is Piazza la Roma. Looking around at the wonder that is Venice, you can't help but think, how this happened? How does this place even exist? They constructed buildings on foundations made by driving thousands of wooden poles deep into the mud. On top of the wooden poles, they built wooden platforms, and then on top of that, they constructed their buildings. So Venice is built on wood and water, and the wood has avoided decay over the centuries since it's underwater and not exposed to oxygen, and also because the salt water has hardened the wood into a more durable stone-like consistency. It's crazy to think that they were able to do that, and then it's sad to think that it's sinking because of increasing sea levels. If current trends continue, the city could be at risk of disappearing beneath the ocean by as early as 2100. I really like not having a planned dinner or lunch reservation. It's really fun to wander around, checking out the menus and the vibe, and then deciding where to eat. And there were so many places to choose from. This restaurant, perfection. The food, the canal view, everything.
You said we would sleep for like an hour, and I was thinking, yeah, right. I probably need more, and I don't care. And
2.5 hours.
we needed it. Push the button.
St. Mark's Basilica was actually so beautiful that it brought tears to my eyes. It's just unbelievable. Like, you can't even believe that people made something so beautiful so long ago. And it's still here, more beautiful than things that are made today. If you want to go inside, it's open every day from 9:30 to 5, and it's free, but I read online that you can skip the line by buying a €3 ticket online. I was just thrilled to stand in its presence, and we never did make it inside. It's so pretty.
Stop! Put it back. Put it back! Smile.
Okay, just cappuccino, madam?
Yes, please. Thank you.
The gelato here is so good, and you get whipped cream on top.
Got it? 3?
3.
I went 2 days without gelato. I think you went 1 day.
Right? 1 day.
It's just so much cooler here in Venice, and we're really enjoying that. Nice little walk to our hotel. Love that man so much. Home, sweet home. I'd have to say, today was a good day, right?
Yeah, it's a good day.
Yeah, we started late, but
Ended strong.
made it happen, and we enjoyed it. We should really drink this water tonight. Last night, we didn't drink it, and this is a cold bottle. It's like they replaced it, which is really nice. I really love this. Some pain meds. Hopefully this will help me sleep. Oh, you went for the eggs. They look a little too wet for me. Yay.
We went ahead and bought the ACTV day pass because we planned to island hop. It made more sense to spend €25 each for the day rather than spending €7 to €11 each time we took a ride. And they are available at the self-service machines at the ATCV docks. The water buses are also called vaporettos. We started out the day with a visit to Doge's Palace in the San Marco district. The line was really long. We did not want to wait and have that eat into our day, so we bought fast track tickets online from our phone for €25 each. The palace was the residence of the Doge of Venice, the supreme authority of the former Republic of Venice and where the government business took place, and it was built in 1340. The prison section was really interesting.
Watch your head.
Political prisoners and people convicted of serious crimes were put here in very harsh conditions. There were torture chambers and no temperature control, so it was freezing in the winter and hot in the summer.
What if I told you you can never leave?
You can buy tours for all of these places, but we just prefer to wander around and look at things at our own pace.
Push.
I love these really pretty water fountains. We took the number 12 from the Fondamental Nova stop to get to Burano Island. 118 small islands make up Venice, with 438 bridges that connect each island. The 5 main islands are San Giorgio Maggiore, Murano, San Michele, Burano, and Torcello. We decided to go to Murano Island first because it was the furthest away of the ones we wanted to visit. It took us about 45 minutes to get there. This particular island is known for its lacework and those really bright, pretty homes that you see along the canal. I've heard that doing a lace museum tour is pretty interesting, but we didn't really want to. Even if you do nothing but walk around, it's just something that you want to see.
Are you hungry?
I'm getting hungry.
Yeah, me too.
A lot of the shops do not have AC. The shops and restaurants that do will put a sign in the window saying so, because it will eventually attract customers who just want to cool off.
Cooling off.
Yes. Cheers.
We definitely picked this pizza spot in part because of the air conditioning. It's a very small island. We spent about an hour and a half there, and then we took the same 12 line and headed to Murano Island. It took us 25 minutes to get there.
Gelateria.
Murano Island is known for its glass making history. Here the thing to do is visit the glass museum and see a glass blowing demonstration, but we were happy to just wander the streets and take in the beauty of Venice. I did buy a glass Christmas tree ornament for our tree.
Perfect.
And even though we didn't do much, I still think it's worth the visit to go to Murano and Burano. The one thing I knew I wanted to do that we had not done yet is a gondola ride. So we were on the lookout for a gondolier. We walked almost all the way back to our hotel and saw either a line or just an empty stand. I was so hot and sweaty, my feet were tired, but we turned around and headed back towards the central part of Venice and kept looking because I felt like I would be sad if I didn't do it. It took a while, but we got one. The official going price of a 30-minute ride on a gondola is set at €80, which is $83 US. The price goes up to €100, which is $104 from 7 p.m. and after. We finally hunted down our gondola at $7.25, but it was so worth it. This is one of the things that you think of when you imagine yourself in Venice, and I was actually in Venice doing that thing that I imagined, and one of my travel dreams was coming true, and I loved getting to do it with my husband. It was just really special and relaxing and beautiful.
I love those bridges.
And romantic, all the things. And the gondolas are so pretty.
Bought a beer in the gelateria.
July days in Venice is high 80s with about 55% humidity. You sweat during the day, but I can't get enough of the perfect low 70s warm nights. And this was our last night in Venice, so we wanted to do a nice fancy dinner out, and this place was perfect. I had constant stabbing pains all up and down my side, but I refused to let that steal the joy from these precious moments and these perfect memories that we were making together.
It's nice to be clean.
I could not have asked for a more perfect last night in Venice.
Good? Mm-hmm. Mine is delicious.
I feel so lucky and grateful that we get to have these experiences.
So relaxed.
I don't want to get up, and I don't know why it's so hard.
Our last breakfast in Venezia. Are you sad?
Nope.
All right, back to this mess. On to the next stop.
A private water taxi is one of those things that is so unique to Venice that I think it's worth the splurge. I mean, look at this. Do you see what is happening? This Italian man rolls up on a boat and we just like are whisked away. It felt so fancy. It's a lot different than Alilaguna, that's for sure. I felt like I was in one of those 007 movies, but without the bad guys and the guns. It really sucks that we paid $160 for it and only got to use it one way, but what are you gonna do? It only took us 30 minutes, whereas Alilaguna is about an hour. Although, with this kind of ride, and this kind of day, and this kind of place, you kind of wish it would take longer.
We're here.
I had my doubts about Venice, like, what are we gonna do here? But in conclusion, Venice is awesome. You don't have to do anything in Venice to enjoy it. Just being there is quite incredible. And now we were off to Zurich. 1 hour direct flight. And this was the first time it happened, but this gate attendant did want to weigh my carry-on. I was prepared, I think it would have been fine, but the scale didn't work, so she couldn't do it.
Okay.
This was day 11 of our trip, and I love that it was not over yet.